What's up, guys? This is Peter V at Run and Gun Tarot. This is Capricorn Soul Journey reading. Next highest possible steps for you on your adventure and journey, karmically, spiritually, in life, Capricorn. Needing to leverage the current circumstances, good or bad, with that High Priestess in the reverse. There's something that you're not quite seeing. It could be in regards to a third-party situation, a work scenario, quality output or quality product. I'm not necessarily getting that it's diving or delving into the past as much as it is in the present, something that you could be working on or focused on, Capricorn. It could be a new opportunity that you could leverage, okay, that you're not seeing, that you're being asked to revisit, or maybe leveraging your time a little bit more wisely. Your resources, your energy. Pentacles could be time, space, resources, actual physical resources, health, wealth, abundance, fortune, fame, luck, things of this nature. But whatever you're building, I think it's kind of like giving more credence and seriousness, and it could be a possible investment as well. This is going to help you move forward and make progress and build off of previous momentums. It could be like an all eyes on you type, some jealousy and greed here with the Queen of Wands in reverse, seeing you go, seeing you move on. I think this is also like a trusting and an understanding, if we are interpreting this High Priestess in the reverse, that the past led you exactly to where you need to be in the present. Okay? And yes, in fact, it was a gift, and it was a part of this equation where you were to receive that which you had hoped for over the horizon, over the rainbow. This offer, this gift with this Page of Pentacles, Three of Wands, symbolic of new horizons, a new day, a new dawn in your life, setting sail for new horizons, as well as victories and rewards and offers and gifts. Okay, it could be a gift of travel as well, Capricorn. Reaching new heights. Anything that doesn't work out well, you're being asked to channel appropriately. Any sort of aggressive energies here with this Knight of Wands in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles for all in regards to matters that aren't working out well. There could be some jealousy or greed or envy in the vicinity. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, Sagittarius, Virgo, or Taurus with this Queen of Pentacles. This is Aries, Pisces energy. Again, I read the Queen of Wands in reverse as jealousy, greed, okay, if it's you or in the environment or atmosphere or individuals around you. Just don't partake in it. Don't partake in the pettiness. Again, you could be tempted to be jealous of other people as well, their experiences. It's not worth it. You got to trust and believe and know that everything is above water and on the level, and exactly who, what, where, when, why it needs to be, regardless or contrary to the facts or beliefs or, what have you. Yes, any more to that, Spirit? Yeah, giving labor, non-communication here. Could be literally in labor or someone and not communicating what they're going through. But it's all part of the processing of, trying to give birth to this new life with the Empress in reverse here. Okay, in the reverse, I read her as in labor right now. Processing something, so as to give birth to it. And also, I'm kind of getting as like, if you keep on looking at the problem in the same way, in the same light, if you keep on looking at a formula in your life or in your mind in the same light or in the same way at first blush, then you're always going to be having those same feelings conjured up here. So you have to look at things differently in order to solve them and resolve them. This is going to help you be empowered. This is going to help you free yourself from any semblance of feeling trapped or stuck or not in a situation. You have to start looking at things as highly in your favor and highly, fated for you and your highest road and path of life, your highest destiny. This is what I'm getting, Capricorn. Okay, you can't look at things as, it's against you, or it's in spite of you, or it's in slight of you. You might have this tendency. I get the sense that you're very goal-oriented, success-driven energy, and when things play out not privy to your likeness, sometimes it's easy for you to look at it as people not falling in line or playing by the rules or trying to get away with something, because you are the planet of discipline. Saturn is your ruling planet, Capricorn. But that's not always the case. It's not always the case that someone is just merely trying to get ahead. Okay? It's not always the case that, someone is merely just trying to get away with murder or something like that, so to speak, to quote that turn of phrase, Capricorn. So you have to look at things empathetically from a humanistic, mammalian, as opposed to this cutthroat energy. Wouldn't be surprised if the Five of Swords came out. But the Queen of Cups in the reverse kind of speaks of turning cold and callous to a situation. A la, what I just mentioned. And this is kind of accepting things as they are with the Eight of Cups in the reverse. As if, nah, I'm not going to leave my plot of land because, I'm destined here. This is my cross to bear. And it's always going to be this way. And I'm really getting this sense of like, no, it's not that at all. In fact, if you kind of revisit a problem in a different way, maybe you'll even have to have some life experience go by to trigger a new perspective. Really, truly what it is, X didn't work out because of Y, and person A wanted, this to really happen, but they thought that they had to go through it via this means and this way. And so there's this kind of muddy waters human approach and understanding, this humanistic element that is not always so easy to kind of see or know. And I think that's like this kind of confusion that's prevailing, and thus it's making you want to turn cold with this Queen of Cups here in the reverse. But really, truly, you're being challenged to kind of have empathy and sympathy for somebody, as opposed to seeing it as, no, you did it this way, and you could have done this, but you chose to do that. I see this energy, especially in pertaining to the Emperor and the Empress. We kind of just skipped over this, the fact that they both came out. And, the Empress is really going through it right now. And the Emperor might just be looking at it as, oh, this person is, freeing themselves from this mental enslavement. And whoever's going through this energy, whether it's, the male or female, this is divine feminine energy, a la Virgo and Libra, Taurus and Libra energy. They're processing, but they're processing in order to give birth to a new circumstance and situation and a new world. And all the external divine masculine force can see is that, they're, channeling some demons, or they're just channeling something. They're trying to resolve and fix something. But little do they know is that the Empress is doing everything for the highest good of, raising the waters of everybody. And if that requires some understanding, then that's going to take its time and due diligence. But you're going to have to be warm and open to that mental processing, because a lot of the times we have to, author the next chapter in our lives, and we have to visualize, and we have to know that things are worth getting up for and inspired for and being excited for. And once you do kind of have that empathy, whether it's for another party or for yourself, even if it's just for the sake of, look, man, I've been through a lot. I have to look at things in the biggest picture and say, I'm that motherfucking bad man Majama that's been able to come this far and process this much. And when you're warm, at least to yourself, really truly treating yourself with kid gloves and babying and spoiling and pampering yourself from time to time, you don't have to live there, but it's going to really help you be this emotional leader for others. And it's going to help free yourself of this devil energy that makes you feel like you're trapped and fated to this kind of like crappy situation. But really, truly, if you do believe in spirit and the divine, the universe, this is quite literally like a celebratory, whether it's a union or event or fated occurrence. There's something here that's saying like, you do not know how fucking grandiose and great and magical this, whatever we're talking about here, whatever applies for you in your personal situation, This is really like highly highbrow divination shit going on here. So I think a lot of this is opening lines of communication with the self and really processing emotional understandings of how far you come from. And sometimes we feel resentful at how much we've had to endure and put effort out, and we don't like the results, and we think that it's a slap in the face, and we think this, that, and the third. But really truly, if you open yourself up to maybe the lesson or the insight or the empathetic, like I said, human element that is kind of intangible sometimes, it allows for an understanding of like why you love this person or these people so much. And the situation is just ripe for like real truly understanding the human element, and it's a reflector of looking at things analytically or ugly or harsh or criticism or judgment, and as opposed to like, look, man, people are just trying to do the best that they can do and that they're trying to do. And so I'm just getting that this is kind of what's being asked of you, Capricorn, because you do have a high standard for success for yourself, and that's kind of informed by probably what you've had to go through and what you've had to endure. But I promise you that when you start seeing that things are on the level and things are going according to plan, and if it's not with this perspective, then please feel free to loosen some rungs on the belt buckle, so to speak, and loosen that constricting Satyrian disciplinarian energy, and allow room and for breath and new air. Because when you're looking at things so tightly and so critically, then you're not able to leverage the situation for optimal judo move and optimal efficiency with this high priestess in the reverse. It speaks to leveraging positive and negative situations and really knowing that yes, this is a better situation. Yes, they are worthy, or you are yourself worthy, and you have new information, so you could process miscritiques or misjudgments from before in a different way. And with that comes new opportunity here with this emotional solace. Ace of Cups in the upright, Three of Pentacles in the reverse speaks to leaving a third-party situation and or focusing on quality. I think there's a real lack of emphasis on like quality thought. It's very easy to have a shit thought that could be the linchpin in seeing something as terrible or disastrous, or it could be the linchpin in kind of passing judgment over someone. But you got to understand that it's a vicious circle, in that it speaks to you believing that someone or something could get away with something or from their just due. And I speak to this because the planet Saturn is that disciplinarian, father, restrictive energy. And I think to believe something in more than just what this life shows us is one of the hallmarks of what it is to be a human being, and our special point of experience in this reality. And I think you're really being challenged to channel this Jupiterian, expansive, religious, philosophical, esoteric, mystical energy, which if you're watching this reading, then yes, you're in line with that as well. But in regards to really understanding that we're not in a place to judge, because life is the ultimate like judge and test of one's will and level and grit and mettle. And people get what they deserve based on what they put out there. So that's always going to kind of be this no energy or no energy is gain or loss, or great equalizer notion. Whereas when we try to play God too much, or we try to like kind of take it upon ourselves, that's all ego. when you take things upon yourself to pass judgment or to critique. And usually ego is a function of fear. Whereas if you let things go, trust, flow, love, those are functions of spirit. And to understand that, it's not all up to you, and it is, a higher function of spirit and flow, and that's where the fun's at. That's where the flow state is at. That's where the innocence is at. And I feel that life kind of tries to jade you, and all these things are a result of you're not good enough, or you're not this enough, and you're not that enough. When it was like, hey man, I was a kid, back turned to the world, just trying to fucking color my coloring book. Y'all brought me into this world. Y'all gave me all these rules and these, yokes and these cross to bears. And, I was just doing my thing. And then y'all try to program me with all this bullshit. And then now you're trying to turn around and judge me. Well, you're doing that because you were a part of this, corrupt societal system that's trying to put the yoke on you. And now you're just passing the buck. And, I think spirituality, and where I'm getting at with this rant and this reading, is that the buck stops here once you realize that spirit and love is really truly speaking to, freedom and absolve a salvation, a salvation from these things that we put on each other, in our worst, and in our ugliest moments. But that's just because fear has kind of infiltrated a higher kind of mind of thinking within us. And we got to understand where these sources are coming from, And chances are, if you're looking at things in a fearful, frightful way that leaves you not wanting to trust your path, then chances are that's just a lie and that's not the truth. And so you just got to be mindful of it. And I think we're all given the freedom of will and insight to actually choose how they want to live, unbeknownst to us. And sometimes we're so close and in and involved and myopic that we forget, like, damn, I'm the one who's choosing this outlook. I'm the one who kind of like, farmed out my power to want to be this bitter, depressed thing, or this ugly thing, or this thinking in this negative light, So we have to really be mindful of, all these instincts and tendencies that these programs that try to like automatically play and that we take for granted and we let run amok and loose. And we really have to see things in a different light in regards to rewiring ourselves and reprogramming ourselves. And, noticing that when we get to the point of boredom or thinking that things just suck and don't matter and I'm depressed and this doesn't matter, then that's when we've kind of gone astray. I think it's best to know that you're on the right path when you're actually enthusiastic and excited about things and excited about life. Okay? So there's a lot there to process. Again, we'd love to help you on your spiritual journey. Feel free to reach out for a one-on-one reading. Website link below. This is Peter V at Running Gun Tarot. Like, share, follow across all social media platforms. Really happy and proud with this reading. I think I covered a lot for myself. I think, I'm hoping that this resonated with you and that you got a lot of insight and information as to, what my channel is about. And we're in it, man. We're in the thick of it, and we're constantly making progress and, doing the Lord's work and, shedding some light and illumination out there. Holla at your boy. Peace.